Hello, my finger painting stars, and welcome back to another finger painting video. Today we're going to be painting Curious George, the monkey. These are the colors that you'll be needing. White, brown, more brown, some black, some paper, a pencil, and your fingers. Don't forget, subscribe on YouTube and share your paintings with me on Instagram. Use the hashtag FingerPaintingStar for your chance to shine as our Artist of the Week. Let's begin. First thing, I'm going to make my lighter brown. So I'm going to take this dark brown and I'm going to mix in a bunch of our white. This is going to make Curious George's face. Add more white. This needs to be very light colored. A very, very light pale brown. That is going to be our light brown color. Now I'm going to take our regular brown and I'm going to start making George. So George has kind of a round head, like so. He's kind of a round head. I'm going to make a round. I'm doing the dark color first because I can always color over it later on. And I'm going to kind of make kind of like a little bit of a heart shape here. For our head. And I'm just going to go down this other side and I'm going to make this nice and round. And mix it up, meet up. Okay, we're getting there, and this is going to stop right about here. And now I'm going to take our brown and we're going to go back over here. George has kind of a heart-shaped face, so I'm doing the outline. I can always color over this darker brown. So I'm doing that. So it's kind of like a heart, missing the bottom, and then we're going to do like a big C. And that is going to be for George's chin, his bottom jaw. That's going to carry down like so. And I'm just going to do a very thin backward C on this side. Like so. I'm gonna actually give him a little bit of a chin right here. We're just gonna do a little bit underneath. Just a little bit underneath. Now feel free to make this part a little bit darker. If you want, you can add a little bit of the black, like so, to just give it a little bit of extra darkness underneath his chin and carry that up in through there a little bit. Okay. We're going to take our brown and we're going to do George's hair. He's got this really fun little flip up at the end of his hair. So we're just going to take our finger and whoop, flick it up. We're going to do one flick, 2 flicks, 3 flicks, just like so. And now going into our light brown color, we're just going to kind of fill in the center of our face. We're going to do our heart shape. See, this is where our heart's coming in, right here. Do our heart shape. Fill that in. Okay, and then we're going to do his bottom chin, and this is going to be nice and big. I'm actually color over that a little bit. You see how we can just add? This is going to be a little thicker. Yeah. like so. It's all your imagination. Your George is your George. He can look like how you remember George looking, how you see George. Curious George is always one of my favorites. I just loved how he was so curious and got into all kinds of things, learning so much along the way. And the man with the big hat, the big yellow hat, was also a lot of fun too. Okay, so we got the main part of his face, and we're going to take our light color and we're going to make some ears. Now George has some little round ears, so we're just going to go right in this little cleft, this little V area. We're just going to color that in and make it round on the outside, like so. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Make this a little rounder. Okay, same thing over here, except this ear is going to stick out just a little bit more. There we go. All right, we're going to do George's eyes. Let's clean off our fingers and dip into our white. And we're going to give George some eyes. So right above this line, this invisible line right here, I'm going to put his eyes, one in each side of the heart. So there's one eye here and one eye here. Okay, and now we are going to take our pencil, and this is going to help us a lot. So dipping into our black, we're going to make the lines of George's face. Now you can use a hair dryer and dry this off, and then use a marker or a Sharpie to do this, or you can use a paintbrush, but we're going to use our pencil. I'm just going to draw a line in right here for that ear, and I'm going to do the same on the other one. About partway in and draw in like so. All right, and then George has these little, almost like eyelids or like eyeliner. It just goes right across the top of his eye. He's got this fun little line like so. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, before we get to the rest of his eye, let's give George his nose. He needs a nose. So he's got, it's like at the top of a circle or an upside down U. Just a big round line right here. Oop. And that's gonna be George's nose. Okay, and in the middle of his nose, it looks like a big flat V, like somebody took a V and just squashed it. So what we're gonna do, how we're gonna do this is I'm gonna make two dots. One dot here and one dot here. And I'm gonna make another one right here, and then I'm just gonna draw a line between the two. So there we go. We have that. I'm gonna take my finger, a little bit of black, and I'm going to give George his eyeball or his iris. There's one. You can just, it's a simple dot right in the middle of that white. All right, and I'm going to take my pencil again, and we're going to give him a big old smile, because George has the biggest, happiest smiles. Again, you can do this with a brush, you can do this with a marker if your paint is dry, or if you have fingernails that are nice and long, maybe you can even add it with that. I like using unconventional tools though. Unconventional means not normal, so I like using things like pencils to apply paint sometimes. Okay, and George, he's got these big happy cheeks. Let's make this one facing down. That one faces up. Let's Let's change the direction a little bit. Like so. Okay, that's pretty good. Last thing, we need to give George the little highlights on his eyes. So I'm gonna take the white, cleaning off my pencil, and I'm just gonna throw a little dot right here on the black, and I'm gonna swirl my pencil around so that it doesn't get eaten up in all that black paint. Little bit of white, swirl, twist my pencil, and there we go. There we go, guys. Ta-da! There you have it. There is my George, my Curious George. What does your George look like? Be sure to share it with me on Instagram and have your chance at getting our Artist of the Week. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me. And until next time, sending you lots of love. Bye!